Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. We have Becky here with us from Omaha, and she's an amazing lady who actually helps businesses. So, Becky, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, hello everyone across the globe. It's a pleasure to be here and finally meet you, Tony. I'm Becky Fipps, and I am the Director of Business Development at the Greater Omaha Chamber in Omaha, Nebraska. And for your global audience, in case you don't know where Omaha is, if you took the U.S. map and you put your finger right in about the middle of it, Nebraska is right there, and Omaha is on the eastern edge of Nebraska. So very happy to be on the podcast today.
Excellent. Yeah. So, can you tell us a little bit more about? Before we started recording in the green room, we were talking a little bit more about, you're involved in a number of projects and stuff. So, our audience is mostly entrepreneurs and small business owners. Can you tell us a little bit more about, what you do and what's your main sort of goal?
Absolutely. I work for the Greater Omaha Chamber, and in the US, there are a variety of Chamber of Commerces throughout the country. We focus on three categories or three areas. One is attracting and retaining businesses throughout the region. Second is our public policy and advocacy that we do to ensure that the laws that are passed here are pro-business and favorable to businesses of all sizes in the region. And the third is member services. And we have member organizations of all sizes, and we really have a heart for small and emerging businesses and entrepreneurs, which are many of your audience members today. Um, I personally love to help connect businesses. And as an organization, we ensure, especially those small and emerging businesses and the startups, um, get assistance with building their business plan, figure out ways to fund the startup, um, learn how to find out what kind of jobs are out there or projects are out there that they could put a bid in and how to create that RFP so that they land that business. And I have found that, no matter what the size of the organization, while a lot of the challenges may differ from organization to organization or small business, like we have solutions for folks of all sizes and at every phase of the business.
Okay, great. And tell us a little bit more about how networking can help in this sort of early stages of the business or if someone is planning to expand.
Absolutely. The old phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It kind of rings true, quite honestly, and it's been an interesting evolution. So, prior to my role here at the Chamber, I was with two global companies, Travelex Currency Services and MasterCard Worldwide. And so I had a chance to, travel, not quite travel the globe, but made a couple of trips to the UK. US and Canada was primarily my
Yeah, so I just want to ask you basically about the networking. I know you mentioned how it's really important who we know, but how that actually applies to businesses.
Absolutely. So, how do you get started? I mean, you want to make sure that you're in the right room, and whether it's a Chamber of Commerce, and I know the United States has that, not sure about Canada and the world beyond. There are other types of organizations that you can consider joining, whether it's civic groups, philanthropy groups. But I would recommend you take a look at Business Networking International or BNI. If there is a local chapter there, you're welcome to visit at least twice before you have to make a decision to join. I always say when I invite guests into our room, I am a member of a local chapter of BNI, that you bring a handful of business cards. Maybe there's 20 people in the group, maybe there's 15, maybe there's more, but you get a chance to do your 60-second, tell who you are, what your business is about, and what's a good referral for you. So you want to make sure you have that elevator pitch, so to speak, in your head in advance. Like, what is your superpower? Why are you unique? unique? Why would someone want to do business with you? And you get a chance to share that with a room full of people who could end up being referral partners for you or could end up being your next customer. And you just start to grow your business organically through the relationships that you meet. And in turn, those people may introduce you to somebody else that you need to know. So I highly encourage small and emerging businesses, entrepreneurs, startups to, get involved, get engaged, and really look for organizations that can help you get in the room with the right people to help grow that business.
Wonderful, yeah. And what's one major tip that you can actually share with like startups or small businesses or entrepreneurs?
So I think everybody's concerned about funding. And my first tip would be, reach out to organizations. I know here in Omaha, we have several universities in the market. And one of our universities actually has the Nebraska Business Development Center within the business. And that is an incubator for startups to get support. So they help connect to funding. They help to connect to other resources that that entrepreneur is going to need in order to launch or ramp up the business. And most likely, I think worldwide, I know you all have universities. Like I would start digging into those first and foremost to see if programs or opportunities exist there. And outside of that space, start to network, start to ask questions. Obviously, people in finance and banking and all of that sort of thing are great people to get to know because those are the folks that can help point you to that seed money, that startup, and then the other thing is be thinking about who the end user is for your business or your product, because you may be able to connect with someone who could be a beta or pilot for you, and it might help solve a problem for them. If you trade services, you solve a problem, they become your first customer, then they can share the testimonial with other customers down road. But really dig into and search for local resources that can help you be successful. Because basically, in market, everybody wins when you win. When you do well, the community and specifically, the corporate community grows and succeeds as well.
Absolutely. And what's your opinion about using a coach to fix a specific business issue, specific business problem?
Huge believer in it. The key is to find the right one for you. And personalities need to match. And you may want to interview several people. I know an arsenal of coaches who are members of our organization, and each one comes at it from a different angle and has kind of a varied menu of services. So it really depends on what are your needs that you uncover. I know a gentleman that has been in our BNI group, not in our group currently, but he focuses on those businesses from, 1 to 50 employees. That is his niche, and that's who he likes to work with. He likes to work with folks who, maybe haven't taken a vacation because you are so in the weeds that you can't even get away. And you're just, kind of leaning toward burnout and need to figure out, like, operationally, what can I do? Why am I not able to let go or to delegate or to release things? So I know another gal that used tarot cards. Like she uses tarot cards as part of her coaching. And I'm like, well, that's innovative. I've never seen that before. So you just have to find somebody who has the right style and approach and is going to help be your sounding board and give you the steps that you need to move your business forward in whatever manner that looks like.
Exactly. Yeah. So, any final tips or suggestions or any thoughts before we close this episode?
You don't have to know it all. I think a lot of times people think that I'm not I'm not winning, I'm not doing well if I don't have all the answers. And as a lifelong learner, daughter of a teacher, like you're constantly learning. So don't be afraid to raise the hand, to find the resources, to get assistance, to keep moving forward.
Wonderful. Becky, thank you so much for being guest. Thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you like it, drop us a like. Also, subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Comment below as well if you have any questions. And see you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye.
Thank you.